हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम खेलने वाले हैं हिटमैन 3 का सेकंड मिशन, जिसमें हमने एलेक्सा कार्लाइस को मारना और हमने एक केस फाइल ढूंढनी। शुरू करते हैं। चल जा भाई।
Private investigator. I have an appointment for Madam Carla.
बस ये है। हाँ, इधर इधर इधर।
Possible intruder. Sweeping area. Over.
आज आगे पाजी।
Ah, great.
Ew, his coat and all. Rosie, you need to forget.
हमें करना है कि हमें यहाँ पे वेट करना है।
Considering the fact I've spotted no less than 2 routes to get inside the house unseen.
ओके 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 ओके। ये रोड डिटेक्टिव आया यहाँ पे, हमने उसका ध्यान खींचना है।
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator, hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
ओके।
A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
क्योंकि अब हम डिटेक्टिव हैं तो हमें ये ड्रॉप कर देना चाहिए। ऐसे कर रहे हैं। मेरी एलेक्सा कार्लाइस कहाँ है भाई? आ ही नहीं रही। ओरी 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 ओरी। Evaporate हो गई।
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, A thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've travelled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
चलो भाई.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her
Okay.
death. You will probably
What
learn
shitty
that the
chala.
staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow.
हिटमैन में और GTA
Adam's
वाइस
children
सिटी
were
में
not
हम
informed until this
जितनी भी
morning
कोशिश
that
कर
their
ले
mother
हम
was in fact not dead.
NPC से तेज ही भागते
So
हैं.
please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning.
मुझे लगा वही आखिरी बच्ची थी. मुझे लगा वही बुढ़िया आखिरी बच्ची थी. उसके छोटा भाई भी
Door was
ये बुढ़िया
locked
यार.
from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play.
एक काम करते हैं, ये प्रूव कर देगा तेरे. अरे उसका भाई इतना बूढ़ा छोटा वो भी. वेरी गुड.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47? Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
एक बार यहाँ पे बैठ के अपने इंस्टिंक्ट्स यूज करते हैं. सारा कुछ ले लिया हमने. चलो. हेलो जी. मैं तो ऐसे ही आ गया था, यहाँ पे भटक के आ गया थोड़ा. ओके, वहाँ पे भेजते हैं. भेजते हैं. ये रहा.
You've likely not exhausted the room for clues, 47.
और बच्चे अभी वहाँ पे.
A hidden door.
अच्छा ये.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside.
Stop eating भाई. जिराया नहीं बनना हमने. ऐसे यही है. Okay. और कुछ रहता है। I have not exhausted the room. अब क्या करूँ, रूम की एक्सरसाइज कराऊँ मैं? फिर से बुक खींचनी है।
A photocopy of the floor plans.
For the fellow resident of
Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
कहाँ है भाई बटलर? बटलर साहब कहाँ हो? तू नीचे टींडे बेच रहा है, इधर मैं अकेले डिटेक्टिव बन रहा हूँ। थोड़ी सी तो इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रही है। ओए
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
That means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madam's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Open the intel.
This is very useful information, 47.
Zachary Carlyle, Alexa's younger brother, fellow restaurant, was found dead in his bed, and side note was locked from inside. Alexa is conceived that he was murdered.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
All right there.
Suspects कहाँ मिलेंगे भाई? बाजार से खरीद के लाने दिख ही नहीं रहे कहीं। खबर रुको यार, मैप पे सस्पेक्ट्स ही नहीं दिख रहे।
We all signed the bloody thing 4 days ago.
Oh dear God, not this again.
So I got.
नहीं यार, क्या चल रहा है? सस्पेक्ट्स कहाँ हैं? आ गई ये।
Very well, Mr. Fergsby.
Make sure you focus on the
Patrick
crime.
Carlyle,
I don't need one more.
can you tell me where you were yesterday?
So watch yourself around.
It's
Don't
that
worry about
sneaky
me.
butler, isn't it? He ratted me out.
You know, I told
Elaine,
him to go. I'm
us
not
some
interested in some.
Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening.
Okay, okay.
I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shit? Bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow.
Son of Emma and Georgie, Patrick is a suspect in the murder. Very good. Patrick claims that he was with a staff member called Zoe at the time of Zachary's death. Okay. Question. अभी इसके बाद एमा कार्लाइस और फिर उसके बाद ये कौन है जी? रेबेका, एमा। इसको पूछना है जॉर्जी कार्लाइस, एडवर्ड कार्लाइस, रेबेका कार्लाइस, एमा कार्लाइस, इसको तो पूछ ही रहे हैं।
Death by boredom.
Okay.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a
What?
great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
He says found creepy as hell. That Mr. Friends speaker. Okay.
Just remembered I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is.
What is?
My lost button.
Yeah, hey bro.
मुझे ब्रो बोल रहे शर्म नहीं आती इसे
God's sake, Emma.
Why don't we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rude, that's what it is. Making us come here to play few.
Hey.
Rebecca Carla, can you
you're
tell
well,
me
sir.
about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45.
Okay.
I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here.
Okay.
I had a conference call with my New York office at 9.
Okay.
So I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room
क्या देख रहे थे
and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor.
अच्छा जी
Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
इसको भी करना है रिबेका कॉलेज से पैट्रिक भी रहा I'm sorry ठीक
I
है
do have a lot to see to.
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Anything else you feel like?
Rebecca as
Mention it.
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he
सारे
seemed a bit
फोन्स भी को कर रहे
startled.
सच्ची में फोन्स भी तो नहीं मार दिए उसे
It's probably
इंटेल ब्रदर्स इसको पूछना है एडवर्ड ये मैंने इसको फिर से पूछना है व्हाट
thing. Oh, and one more thing.
बोल
Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
ओके इफ यू से सो लास्ट रिबेका से शी फाउंड मुझे फोन सारे फोन्स भी कोई कह रहे हैं यार एक सेकंड अभी नहीं अभी बात करनी है इससे नहीं अभी मारना तो नहीं है Man!
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want to know?
Awful migraine. Okay.
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. How do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Okay जी. Why was your turn? She claims to prove awful migrant here. Emma Zachary's company always was a खुश कंज्यूमर ज़्यादा था. वो डिप्रेस्ड रहता था. ठीक है. अब ये वाले सर जी.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
उठे बात
You're
कर.
wondering about my alibi,
ये मुझे
Mr.
बिठा दे.
Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my...
Okay. Rebecca ये है ना. अब बच्चा एडवर्ड, जिस मेक श्योर सारे हो गए हैं. बस एडवर्ड बच्चा.
Intricate intellect.
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle. But who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she?
I
Faking
think
her
so.
own death.
Yeah.
No, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
ठीक है. The oldest child of Alexa Carlisle is Yogur is a suspect in the murder of Zachary. Or he claims to have been at a pub with Edward at the time of Zachary's death to escape Emma's headache and his obnoxious sister Rebecca. ये मैंने पहले भी पढ़ चुका हूँ. Georgie describes Zachary as an alcoholic resident. Other than that, enjoying the show. एडवर्ड कहाँ मिलेगा हमें? एडवर्ड कहाँ मिलेगा हमें? I'm not joking right now. एडवर्ड कहाँ मिलने वाला है भाई?
There's room for everybody here, okay?
Ring bell, dinner bell ना.
Sir.
Okay.
Right.
I'm serious. I have a friend who's... She says that's the sweet, sweet life. You should come and stay at my place in London.
एडवर्ड भी यहाँ पर तो नहीं है भाई.
Tips.
I'm quite happy here, thanks.
She has rejected you, man. Cry about it. Hell no, what is wrong with me? Sheesh. शीश ये रहा रोड ये नहीं है
To the butler.
Of course.
no
Stay away from me, sir. You could get hurt.
We have a situation, some kind of disturbance. You shouldn't have messed with me.
ओके हम लोड कर लेते हैं कोई सी भी यहाँ से आगे ओके बच गए हम
Obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death.
Yeah.
She's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up.
आई थिंक ये सिक्का निकाल के चलते हैं ठीक है जी अब इस बार कुछ पंगे नहीं लेने
Talking to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing.
अच्छा जी
You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Of course.
ओके मैं पढ़ा तो नहीं बट इंटर आर्थर एडवर्ड्स कहाँ पर मिलेगा भाई आर्थर एडवर्ड्स मिल ही नहीं रहा है ऐसे
Just
भी
keep calm.
आर्थर एडवर्ड्स कहाँ पर है आर्थर एडवर्ड्स
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
ये okay.
Hello, sir.
हाँ भाई के कमरे में क्या करने जाएगी
At least you never got to learn that the horrible thing we did was for nothing.
Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother.
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
ओके ब्लेंड इन एज अ बॉडीगार्ड बिल्कुल नहीं
Strange.
आर्थर एडवर्ड्स
I have a friend who's... She says that's the sweetest... You should come and stay at my place in London.
You can never come over. Give you some tips.
I'm quite happy.
Where are you? Butler? अभी तो वेरी गुड यार अजीब बटलर है 2 सेकंड में गायब हो जाता है
Die from boredom. I fear I may not survive an entire month in this shithole.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
मुझे उसके पास तो ले जाए
Do you good?
I said speed up the time.
Looking good, man.
Looking good.
यार तो सिर्फ 2 ही बंदा है भाई ये
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca if they had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff. Oh, I can only... If that's all, I speak. It's all right.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? It was surely of strong opinion on it.
पूछ तो लिया है, क्रॉस क्यों दिखा रहे हैं इन दोनों का? चलो ask the suspect and
I know I'm not supposed to leave you by suggesting.
ओके, मुझको बस इन दोनों से फिर से पूछना है। फिर से पूछना है आपको? I mean उधर क्या देख रहे? अच्छा ओके, हो तो गई भाई मेरी बात उससे तो।
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
अबे?
Come and see me when you do.
इंटेल दिखाओ मुझे। इन दोनों ने नहीं करा है। Zachary's room, Emma and Georgie's room, Rebecca's room, Mr. Fernsby's office. मेरे ख्याल से कुछ को फिर से पूछना है। अभी के लिए इतना ही ठीक है और इसको यहाँ पे सेव करके ख़त्म करते हैं। ओके एवरीबॉडी टेक केयर, बाय बाय।